All right, church. So why are there so many different Bible translations? Why is that? Well, first I want to say that the King James Version is not the oldest. It, you probably think it is, but it's not. You probably think it is by the way the language that it uses. But it is definitely the most widely known old translation of the Bible that we have. Actually, the King James Version, was ordered in 1604. It was finally written and published in 1611, but it was based on the Geneva Bible, which was an even earlier version. It was written, believe it or not, the King James Version was written to be read aloud. You wouldn't know that by the way it's written. It reads for us today, but the population then was illiterate. So it was written for priests to read it out loud in church and in community. So why are there so many different translations? Well, because the King James Version has some problems that are just inherent to being one of the first translations. Is that there have been discoveries of more and more copies of Scripture, which as we discover more and more, we get more accurate understanding of what words meant in Greek and Hebrew. So that's really where it came from. As we've made more discoveries, we've learned more about the languages and what words meant and how they fit together. So there come about other translations in order to solve some of these problems that the King James Version dealt with. There are different translations that have different purposes. They have a word-for-word translations, thought-for-thought translations, and then there are things called paraphrases. First, a word-for-word translation is, I guess, what the King James Version sought to do, but better, more accurate translations that are word-for-word would be the New American Standard Bible, the English Standard Version of the Bible. Those two are considered word-for-word translations that are possibly, usually more reliably consistent with the original text that we have discovered to date. Other ways to understand the Bible is not word-for-word translations, but thought for thought, sentence for sentence, how to better say that in a modern way. And in those, the Holman Christian Standard Bible is one that is a thought for thought. The NIV is a very popular one that's a thought for thought, and another one that's very well known today is the New Living Translation. That's also a thought for thought Bible. And then finally, the paraphrase Bibles. Those, probably a well-known one is the Message translation. You may think of the Amplified Bible. Those are more paraphrased. Those add language to it to give us more of a color, I guess, is to add color to the literal words of text. So it's to bring the life out of the text. So which one's best? Depends on your purpose. It really depends on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to understand the thoughts communicated by the text, then a thought for thought or a paraphrase might be applicable. But if you want to see how the words fit together, then you want to start with the word for word. Does that make sense? Okay. So why are there so many different Bible translations? Time and purpose. Time and purpose. Hope that helps. No matter what, though, pick one up, study it, get to know God and His Word. All right? God bless you all. Have a great day. Bye-bye.